Have you ever poured your heart into someone, only to feel like it's still not enough? You give and give, your time, your energy, your dreams, and yet, there's this quiet ache inside that whispers, they don't see you, they don't stay. It's a feeling so many of us know, like we're running after something that keeps slipping through our fingers. I've been there too, wondering why love sometimes feels like a game I can't win. But here's the thing I've come to see. Maybe it's not about them. Maybe it's about us, about the way we've learned to chase love, and what we're really looking for deep down. There's this cycle we get caught in, you know? We pour ourselves out, hoping this time it'll be different. This time, they'll notice how much we care, how hard we're trying. But when it doesn't work, when they drift away, or we're left feeling small, we don't stop. We try harder. We give more. It's like we're stuck on a loop, reaching for something that feels so close, yet so far. And the ache grows heavier each time. I used to think that was just how love works, that it's supposed to hurt a little, that it's supposed to feel like a fight. But what if that's not true? What if we've been running in circles because we're missing something right in front of us? It's easy to lose yourself in that chase. You start bending who you are, saying yes when you mean no, hiding the parts of you that feel too messy or too much. You tell yourself it's worth it, that love is supposed to take everything you've got. But then you look in the mirror one day, and you don't even recognize the person staring back. Where did you go? That spark, that quiet joy you used to carry, it's buried under all the trying. And the wild thing is, even when you give it all, it doesn't always fill that empty spot inside. That's when I started asking, why does it feel like this? Why does love sometimes leave us emptier than before? Here's a gentle thought to sit with. Maybe we're not meant to lose ourselves to find love. Maybe the problem isn't that we're not enough. It's that we've been looking in the wrong place. There's this idea that's been around a long time, something Carl Jung once said. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. It sounds big, but it's really just about noticing what's running the show behind the scenes. Those quiet beliefs we don't even know we're carrying. Like love has to be hard, or we have to earn it. They're steering us more than we think. And until we see them, we keep ending up in the same spot, wondering why it hurts again. So where does that ache come from? Why do we keep reaching for the kind of love that slips away? It's like there's a thread pulling us back to something we've known before, not because it's good for us, but because it's familiar. For a lot of us, that thread started way back, maybe when we were little. We learned what love looked like from the people around us, how they showed it, or didn't. If it came with conditions, if it was there one day and gone the next, that's what stuck with us. And now, without even realizing it, we're out there looking for that same pattern, thinking it's what we deserve. But here's the warm truth. It's not about deserving. It's about choosing something better, something that doesn't leave you chasing shadows. So, why do we keep reaching for the kind of love that doesn't stay? It's a question worth sitting with, because the answer isn't as simple as we might think. There's something magnetic about it, something that pulls us in, even when we know it might hurt. It's not that we want the pain, not really. It's more like the pain feels like an old friend, a shadow we've walked beside for so long we don't know how to step away. We chase what doesn't stay because, deep down, it matches a picture we've carried since forever. A picture of love that's hard to hold, love that we have to fight for. Think about it for a moment. When love feels easy, when it's steady and gentle, does it ever feel a little strange to you? Like it's too quiet, too simple? That's because we've gotten so used to the chase, to the ups and downs, that anything else feels foreign. We tell ourselves that real love has to have some struggle in it, that it's only true if it's messy. But what if that's just a story we've been telling ourselves? What if the reason we run toward the unavailable is because it's what we've always known, not because it's what we need? It's funny how the heart works. It doesn't always lead us to what's good. It leads us to what's familiar, and familiar isn't always kind. Sometimes it's a rhythm we picked up long ago, a dance we learned when we were too young to question it. Maybe love was something we had to wait for back then, something that came and went without warning. So now, when we see that same flicker, someone who's there 1 minute and gone the next, it lights something up inside us. Not because it's healthy, but because it's a tune we already know the steps to. But here's where it gets soft and hopeful. You don't have to keep dancing that dance. You're not stuck with the steps you learned first. There's room to move differently, to let your heart sway to a gentler beat. It starts with noticing, really seeing. That pull toward what hurts isn't love calling you. It's just an old habit, a whisper from the past saying, "This is how it's always been." And the beautiful thing is, you get to decide if that's how it'll always be. You get to choose a love that doesn't feel like a chase, one that meets you where you are. So if it's not about them, the ones who don't stay, what's it really about? That's the quiet question that changes everything. It's easy to point outward to say, if only they'd love me back, I'd be okay. But the truth sits closer than that. It's in the way we see ourselves, the way we've tucked away little hurts and let them grow into beliefs. Those people who drift in and out, they're not the problem. They're just mirrors, reflecting something we've been carrying all along. It's a gentle shift, but a big one. Instead of asking why they don't choose us, we can ask why we keep choosing what doesn't hold us. That's where the real story lives, not in their actions, but in ours. We don't stumble into these patterns by accident. There's something inside us, a quiet ache or an old wound, that finds its match in the people we pull close. And until we look at that, we'll keep seeing the same reflection over and over, wondering why it never changes. This isn't about blame, not for them, and not for you. It's about understanding. Those moments when you feel unseen or left behind, they're not proof you're not enough. They're echoes of something deeper, a belief you might not even know you hold. Maybe it's that you're only lovable if you try harder, or that love always comes with a catch. Whatever it is, it's been there, steering you toward the same kind of heartache. But once you see it, once you name it, it loses some of its power. It's like turning on a light in a room you've been stumbling through in the dark. So how do you step out of that room? How do you change a story that's been playing for so long? It starts small, with a little kindness toward yourself. Instead of asking, "Why don't they love me?" you can try whispering, "Why do I think love has to feel this way?" It's a soft turn, but it's powerful. It pulls you back to you, back to the one person who gets to rewrite this. You don't have to keep proving you're worth it. You don't have to keep running after shadows. There's a different way, and it begins with seeing yourself a little clearer. Healing isn't loud or fast. It's quiet, like sitting with a warm cup of tea and letting the steam soften the edges of your day. It's giving yourself permission to stop chasing, stop fixing, stop bending into someone else's shape. You start asking what feels good to you, what feels safe. Not survival safe, like you're bracing for the next hurt, but real safe, like you can breathe and still be you. That's the love you've been looking for, and it's not out there. It's already in you, waiting for you to notice. Healing is a journey inward, and it starts with meeting yourself where you are, not the you that you wish you were, or the you that you think others want. Just you, right now, with all your messy, beautiful pieces. It's about saying, "Hey, I see you. I'm not going to leave you behind." That's the foundation, accepting yourself, not as a project to fix, but as someone worth holding close. Carl Jung had this beautiful way of putting it. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. And you get to choose that every day. It's not about erasing the past. You'll still feel the echoes sometimes, the sting of old hurts, the pull of old habits. But healing means they don't run the show anymore. You get to decide what stays and what goes. You get to walk away from what asked you to shrink. and lean into what lets you grow. It's a slow unfolding, like a flower opening to the sun. And the more you let yourself bloom, the less you need someone else to tell you you're enough. You start feeling it for yourself. Loving yourself isn't about being perfect. It's about holding all of you, the parts you're proud of, and the ones you'd rather hide. It's looking at the cracks and saying, "You're still beautiful." It's not pretending the pain isn't there, but choosing not to let it define you. That's where real freedom lives, not in never hurting, but in knowing the hurt doesn't own you. You're not here to be chosen by someone else. You're here to choose yourself, over and over, until it feels like home. That's the shift. Love stops being about earning and starts being about being. You don't have to prove anything. Not to them, not to the world, not even to yourself. You just get to be. And the more you rest in that, the more you see that the pain of the past isn't your future. It's just a chapter, not the whole book. You're writing the rest, and it can be softer, brighter, fuller than you ever thought possible. We spend so much time looking outside ourselves for love, don't we? Like it's something we'll find if we just search hard enough. But Jung had this way of flipping that around. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. It's not out there in someone else's hands. It's in yours. True love isn't a gift someone gives you. It's a light you turn on inside, a warmth you grow from the roots up. And once you feel that, the longing starts to fade. You stop needing to be filled. You realize you were never empty. Awakening to that takes time. It's not a race or a fix. It's a slow coming home. You start noticing the small things. How good it feels to rest, to laugh, to let yourself be without apologizing for it. You stop measuring your worth by who stays or who goes. And little by little, you see that love isn't something you have to grab. It's something you already hold. It's been there, waiting for you to stop running long enough to feel it. Here's the sweetest part. Love isn't something you find. It's something you become. All that searching, all that reaching, it quiets down when you realize you're not missing anything. You're not half of something waiting to be whole. You're already full, already enough, just as you are. And when you step into that, love stops being a chase. It's not about catching someone's eye or holding their heart. It's about living from your own. It's about embodying what you've been looking for all along. That shift changes everything. You don't need someone to pick you to feel loved. You pick yourself. You don't need the world to say you're worthy. You say it. And from there, love flows differently. It's not desperate or hurried. It's calm, steady, like a river that knows where it's going. You become the source, not the seeker. And the people who come into your life, they get to meet the real you. Not the one who's trying to be enough, but the one who knows they already are. So here we are, at the end of this winding path. It's been a journey, hasn't it? From chasing shadows to standing in your own light. And the best part is, you're not alone on it. We're all walking this together, stumbling, learning, growing. I'd love to hear your story, where you've been, what you found along the way. Because when we share, we remind each other that these steps matter. That healing isn't just for you, it's for all of us. It's a quiet ripple that spreads, touching more hearts than you know. Here's the lesson I'll leave you with. You are enough, right now, just as you are. Not tomorrow, not when you're better or different today. Love starts with you, and it's not something you have to earn. It's something you get to be. So take a deep breath, let your shoulders drop, and rest in that. You're home, not in someone else, but in yourself. And that's the most beautiful place to be.